Hello and welcome. Jess, will you start this one off?
Yeah. This'll be a different kind of episode, like turning a frog into a toad. It's not what we usually do for you.
Jess, you may have noticed that I've been preparing to launch a podcast.
I've noticed.
Do you have any interest in being my guest?
Sure.
Let's do it.
This is your podcast.
Now, I have to be very careful with the way I talk.
I know.
Because on the radio, you're really supposed to over-enunciate your words. You know, I got very good at that, being on the radio. But I've listened to some podcasts, and I hear that there's a little bit more of a laid-back approach, generally speaking. It's
Right.
kind of like you almost want your listener to think you really don't care about anything.
Yes, you're too cool to really try that hard.
Right. I could do a whole episode on screws. I could say, you like flathead screws or the one with the propeller on it? What do they call that?
Does that have to be my episode? It has to be about
Well,
screws?
that's the thing about podcasts. You can do whatever you want. The new TJ Show podcast that just launched. Listen to the introduction episode with my buddy DJ. One thing I want to ask you for, when you search for the TJ Show on whatever podcasting app you're on, it's on most of them. Please subscribe. It sounds so desperate.
Subscribe.
You know what? I don't even want to tell people. It's just like, who even cares about, like, hey, rate, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. But I talk to all these people who know about podcasts, and they're like, well, if they don't subscribe, you can pretty much kiss your podcast
Dead in
goodbye.
the water, yeah.
Because it's how the algorithm works. If you don't get subscribers, your algorithm won't work. So if you'd be so willing to make my algorithm work,
Yeah.
if you could subscribe to the podcast when you find it, that apparently is going to help out quite a bit. Meaning, it'll survive. So, mathematically speaking,
Yeah.
if you like what you hear and you want to hear more of it, just hit the subscribe button. It'll get delivered to your phone. You'll get to hear all the updates. I plan to do this once a week, maybe more. After you subscribe, if you like it, give it a rating, tell your friends, tell your family. I'd be so grateful for anything you could do to spread the word. We're having a lot of fun.
And you're so cute.
What?
You're so cute. I was just looking at you. You're so cute. I just love
Really?
you. I really do. I love you so much.
There's proof right there.
Please subscribe. I love him so much. Just subscribe.
See, now it's getting pathetic.
No, I just think you're just so great. That's all. I do. Sometimes I get really mad at you, but I do really deep down think you're so great.
Okay, we should get into that. We'll talk about this on the podcast. We're going to start it as soon as I turn the camera off right now. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Search for the TJ Show. Until further notice,